Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with Doctor Who. Last time on Doctor Who, we had The Angels Take Manhattan. It was a Weeping Angel episode, and at the end, Amy and Rory died. This time around, we're going to be doing a minisode. Yeah, we got a minisode today called P.S. Maybe this will still be about Amy and Rory, postscript. Maybe it'll be about their lives, make me feel better about it, I don't know. Here we go.
I understand.
Actually, it's you they can't give up, Doctor.
They really should have.
No, I don't think they should. Go with him. Go
Top 10
save
things said before disaster.
every world you can find.
The scene that was never shot. Whoa? What? Oh. We're getting like storyboards? Yeah. Brian watering the plants. Stops. Looks around. Emptiness of the house. A letter. A letter from Rory. Oh.
Dear Dad, this is the difficult bit. If I've got this right, you're reading this letter a week after we left in the TARDIS. The thing is, we're not coming back. I thought about this for years, and I realised there was one thing I could do. I could write to you.
Yeah.
Tell you everything about how we lived.
That's at least
despite it
good.
all, we were happy. We have a small yard. I garden. But one more important bit of business. The
Yeah.
man who delivered the letter, Anthony. Be nice to him. Because he's your grandson.
I have several questions.
We finally adopted in 1946.
Okay, good.
Anthony Brian Williams.
Alright,
He can
that
tell you
makes
everything.
sense.
He'll have the family albums. I miss you.
That's... So stunned. Alright. Okay. Okay. Well, that was nice. Why didn't that get shot? I mean, they still did the voiceover. And they just did not bring Amy's parents back. So they did have a happy ending, technically. I was wrong for if you saw the whole discussion last time. I was wrong for a little while. I falsely assumed that they were stuck in that room for however long until they reached 1938. But that's not true. They were allowed to live in New York. They lived to death, basically. And I do appreciate the inclusion of Anthony, because that does allow for like some closure, I guess, with Brian yeah, it allows him to perhaps better not move on, but I mean, well, they did live a life. They did live a life, and you know, it's just not the way anyone would have thought. So maybe. So does this make this a little better? Maybe. It's interesting that that they didn't include this. And I guess because they already had the afterword from Amy to the Doctor, that I guess this would sort of be the same thing just to Brian, but I feel like they should have included. I almost feel like they should have done both. You know? Like, what if it's a letter? What if it's a letter to the Doctor and Brian that they both get and they both read, and it's delivered from Anthony? That would have been interesting. I do feel like this should have been included in the previous episode, but I can somewhat understand why this wasn't the case. So it kind of sucks that it wasn't included, but it does, I guess, provide a little bit more closure for them. You do see a bit more of them in the past living a life, adopting a child. Because that was the thing. That was the thing where it was like, oh, they had a child, and I was like, how? And I was like, all right, tell me that. Basically, just tell me you adopted, you know. And then it's like, we adopted him. It's like, okay, there, good. Keep the continuity. Like, we had that, because we had that established in Asylum of the Daleks. So I'm glad they kept that. It just took them a second to get around to saying that. So that's interesting. So hey, technically, River Song has a brother, doesn't she? River Song is not an only child. So their son, Anthony, lived all the way to 2012 when he was in his 60s. The math doesn't make sense. How would he be in his 60s in 2012? If he was in his 60s in 2012, he would have been born around the 40s or 50s. But Amy and Rory died in 1938. And they were in their 80s. That doesn't quite work. Well, there's the other reason this wasn't shot. That doesn't make any sense. But we'll let that go. Like, if it was like, oh, it's your great-grandson or something, even that wouldn't work. I don't know. There's a little inconsistency in the dates there, but we'll look past that. It was good. I'm glad in some capacity I got something for Brian, because I mean, that's the thing is, I was kind of thinking that that it would have to be the Doctor that goes and says what happened, but I like the idea that it's Rory that sends the letter, which we see a lot with the Weeping Angels anyway, so I get that. I like that. Oh shit, we got 2 minisodes next week. I just realized, holy shit. Good that I saw that. Yeah. Shit, I could film those right now while I've got time. All right, that was good. I enjoyed that. Is a bit more closure for the characters, which is good. It does help. It's just it's good to know that they lived a life, but the circumstances around why they were forced to live a life, basically. Or Rory was, at least. Amy went back of her own accord, but yeah, closure for Brian, I guess that's good, but still. Yep, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Doctor Who reactions, you can click on the playlist. You can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon, follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.